Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nina Silic, nutrition and lifestyle coach, and today we're going to talk about how to manage fat gain on a reverse diet. But before I keep going, if you don't know what a reverse diet is, I have a full video on what a reverse diet actually is, so make sure you click the link above and you can watch that video. You technically can't control how much body fat you're going to gain in a reverse diet. It's really going to depend on quite a few factors, but what you can control is how consistent you are with the reverse diet, how adherent you are with the reverse diet, and the speed that you go. So if you are really concerned about gaining a lot of body fat on your reverse dieting journey, the biggest thing you can do is just take it slowly, right? You don't want to add calories too quickly because that can lead to weight gain a little bit faster. And if that's something you're concerned with, then make sure you just take it nice and slowly, doing really small increases week to week, depending on how your body responds. Make sure you're consistent. No, I just said that before, but consistency really is key. And consistency and adherence go hand in hand. So the more accurate you can be with tracking on your reverse diet, the better. And you're not going to be accidentally increasing calories. So for example, let's say you track really accurately Monday to Friday, then weekends you kind of go and overeat and not really care. You could be increasing your calorie intake on average for the week much higher than what your targets actually are, which can cause a spike in some weight gain. So the more accurate you can be, the more you know how your body is exactly responding to those calories, and then you know how quick you're able to go within the reverse dieting process. So how much body fat you gain in a reverse diet is really going to depend on your dieting history. Whether you're someone who has a metabolism that's in a great place and you've just completed a dieting phase, and if you tend to reverse slowly after that, you might not gain very much body fat. But if you are somebody who's maybe had a long history of yo-yo dieting and caloric restriction, and your body has really adapted hard to those low calories, then your body's really primed for fat gain, right? So you want to then try to mitigate the amount of body fat gain, but you're more likely to gain more body fat at the start of your reverse diet or throughout your reverse dieting process, depending on where you are at, right? So for example, myself, the first time I ever did a reverse diet, my body was in a really unhealthy place and my metabolism was very, very suppressed. My body had adapted down. So I actually gained about 30 pounds the first time I did my initial reverse diet. But now when I reverse diet, years later, I've done many cycles of dieting and reverse dieting, I might only gain up to about 5 pounds total. So it really depends on where you're at in your journey. So don't compare yourself to anybody else. That's the worst thing you can do, is comparing yourself to other people's reverse diets, right? And most people are going to post about when they either lose weight in a reverse diet or they're not gaining any weight, because that's like the sexy thing to do, is share that. And you're not going to see those people that do gain some weight and really struggle with some of that process. But if you are reverse dieting for the first time because you have issues with your metabolism and issues with long-term restriction, then don't beat yourself up. It's okay to gain some body fat. And just remember that weight gained on the scale is not all body fat, right? So as we increase calories over time in a reverse diet, you have to understand that you're going to weigh more over time, right? It might be because of just the volume of food itself. The additional carbohydrates will make you retain more water, and you will get more carbohydrate storage in the muscle in the form of glycogen, which makes you retain water. You have more food in your gut, you're digesting more, right? You may be building some lean body mass. So there's a lot of other factors that contribute to the weight on the scale itself. So don't get too caught up in that number, right? You might not be gaining that much body fat. Your body composition might be changing, but the scale may be showing that you weigh a lot more. So even though we can manage body fat gain to an extent, depending on the person in a reverse diet, we can't force anything to happen. So I always get asked, Nina, how do I just make sure I don't gain any weight or I lose weight in a reverse diet? Well, I can't do that, right? I can't make that happen. We can't make that happen because I can only work with your body as a coach, right? I can't push your body further than it will allow me to. But again, just one reverse dieting phase isn't going to indicate what the next reverse dieting phases are going to be for you in the future. If you struggle with the first one and gain a lot of body fat, doesn't mean that's going to happen again in the future. It just depends on where you're at, where you are. It just depends on where you are at. Right? So reverse dieting, it can be really difficult mentally because we are going to gain some body fat over that time, whether it's at the start, throughout the whole phase, or even just at the end of the reverse dieting phase. Weight gain is really inevitable at some point for everybody. Unless you're like that outlier, there's always outliers, but in general, it's going to be inevitable for most people, right? So there are some things you can do to help push you through those mental barriers and, stop focusing on the scale. So the biggest thing I like to encourage you to do is focus on your performance. Are you getting stronger in the gym? Are you getting faster? How's your training going? Just focus on that and how much you're lifting, because that's going to take out any body composition focus, any focus on the scale. Go, yeah, am I kicking ass in my training sessions and I lifting more? Then that's something that's going to help take that attention away and really focus on, hey, I am still making progress in other areas rather than just any body fat gained. Something else you can do is get your body composition measured professionally quite often, right? Maybe monthly, once every couple of months, getting something like a DEXA scan or what do you call them? Or skin folds, right? Done so you know how much body fat you've actually gained, how much lean body mass you've gained, and it can give you some hard measures on how your body's actually changing regardless of what the scale says. And just enjoy having more food. If you have more calories you can consume in a day, especially after being restricted for so long, you get so much more freedom. You can go out, you can be social, you can go for brunch with the girls, you can go and have a wine. So just plan some more social events and things that you haven't really been doing if you've been in a cycle of restriction for a while or a dieting phase. Enjoy life. Trust me, so many women I work with that are dreading a reverse dieting phase, I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them at some point say, oh my gosh, I love all this food. I have so much freedom. My energy levels are amazing. I feel so good. So focus on all of those things. And trust me, by the time you get to dieting again, you're going to hate the dieting phase. You're going to be like, give me that food back. And remind yourself it's only temporary. It's just a phase, right? You're setting yourself up for the next successful dieting phase. You want that next dieting phase to be easy or much easier than it was before, right? And you want it to be as successful as possible. So the reverse diet is going to set you up for that. Just push through those little uncomfortable times. We will get uncomfortable. I'm the same. I get to points in my reverse where I'm like, I feel a little uncomfortable in terms of like how my clothes fit or whatever. But that is always necessary to get you to that next level. And it's only temporary. It's only temporary. And the time that we spend eating more calories, we're spending more of that time building lean body mass so that next time we get the body fat off, we're going to just look even more amazing. So there you have it, guys. I hope that helps you get a bit more of an understanding on how to manage any body fat gain in a reverse diet. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I will catch you next time.